Okay, we are back with more Ace Attorney Trilogy. December 29th, 3:03 p.m. The Wright & Co. Law Offices. Nick? What is it? I've got a confession to make. I'm terrible at figuring out magic tricks. Magic tricks? Yep, magic tricks are by their very definition tricks, right? But I can never figure out the tricks when I see them. That's because the tricks are performed by pros. They do it so you can't guess the trick. But the trick Pearly showed me was incredible. Pearls did a magic trick? Huh. What kind of trick was it? Let's see. It looked like she pulled the end of her own thumb off. But first she put her right thumb next to her left hand, and then it just separated. She could move it up and down and everything. It was incredible. Really? Was it kind of like this? Hey, I missed your trick. Oh no. What? Hello, by the way. Hello. What? How? How'd you do that? Nick, you're like a real magician. See, this is why I just can't figure out magic. I'm no good at it. Especially hard tricks like flying away from the scene of a murder. You'll take all the fun out of magic if you keep trying to figure it out. Let's see, what to do? I don't see any way out of this. We're stuck between a rock and a hard place. There's no way we can solve the mystery of a criminal flying by tomorrow. I was thinking, do you really think the criminal flew through the air? The only one who thinks that is Mo, right? He says that he saw it. That's true. Mo looked awfully serious when he said that. Do you think he might be trying to frame Max? If that was it, he would have simply said, I saw Max. That would have been enough. There's no reason why anyone would believe that he flew. But what if the criminal really did fly? There's only one person who could do that. Max. You're really not helping my confidence here, Maya. Any ideas? Everyone seems to hate Max. Ben, Trillo, Mo, they all have nothing nice to say. That magician does seem rather full of himself, doesn't he? Especially when he says things like customers only go to the circus to see him. He even hit Ben over the head with a bottle. But what? But that doesn't seem enough to frame another person for murder. And it was proven that neither Ben nor Mo lied on the stand. Maybe Ben saw the ringmaster wearing Max's costume, but Mo clearly said that he saw Max himself. Okay. Well, I think there's a few places we could go. And those few places either are the circus or the detention center. So let's start by going to the detention center. December 29th, detention center, the visitors room. Oh, my sweeties! You mind hurrying up and getting me out of this place? We're doing our best, Max. Just hang in there. A little while ago, some people from a local TV station came by, and since I'm a famed magician, they said, let's make you your very own TV special. Really? Well, what kind of TV special? Maximilian Galactica, The Great Prison Escape. It would be aired live. Hey, that sounds like it would be an awesome special. But if I do the special before I'm acquitted, they'll never let me out of here for real. Well, it would surely be an unnecessary addition to your troubles with the law. That's what I was thinking, but the production staff is already working on the show. If you don't get me out quick, I'll have no choice but to stage a real prison break. You seem awfully calm about that possibility. I'd have no choice. It would be a contractual obligation. That's show business. Let's talk to you. The night of the murder. The night of the crime. You didn't happen to fly off into the sky, did you? Here's how everything went down, sweetie. At the time of the murder, I was sitting in the ringmaster's room. Not to mention, flying off into the sky is not just something I can do at will. I don't care what the stoogey clown says. It wasn't me. Max! Do you mind teaching me the trick behind flying? You'll have to forgive me, sweetie. The difference between me and cheap imitation magicians is that I keep my mouth shut. I don't teach people tricks, but I will say this much. It's much harder than you think. Alright, today's trial. Let's talk about that. I was thinking about this in court today. I've got a favor to ask of you. Anything for you, sweetie. Be friends with the other performers in the circus. Fabulous! Oh, a great joke. Why would I be friends with a bunch of hacks like them? But I won on the world stage. I won the International Grand Prix. International Grand Prix? Performers should always look to perform on the world stage. But the performers at this circus are completely and utterly devoid of ambition. That is something that I can simply not tolerate. Ambition, huh? Something about what Max just said rings true to my ears. The Grand Prix. Oh my sweeties went to hear all about the Grand Prix, don't they? To be honest though, I've told this story like 100 times already, so it's a bit boring. We're sorry to make you tell it again. You must not have heard me. I am really sick of telling this story. But what can you do? I'm Maximilian Galactica. This guy might actually be the bad guy. He doesn't understand the power of friendship. Yes, he doesn't seem to, does he? I suppose I can tell it again. Voila! Here, take a look at this. I just happen to have a picture from the Grand Prix with me. Just look at that fabulous stage. That is the first stage that I ever flew on. I flew right over the audience. The crowd erupted into applause. At that time, I thought to myself that I could die right then and there and be a happy man. I'll never forget how I felt that night. The emotions, the acclaim. Wow. By the way, I think everyone who is a performer should get to experience that feeling. I just wish I could explain that to the other people in the circus. That's incredible, Max. I want a trophy too. Hey, Nick, how about you buy me a trophy? That's not how you earn a trophy, Maya, you stupid, entitled millennial. My sweeties, you can have this picture of my triumph. Just make sure you show it to all the other members of the circus. Look and learn, that's what you should tell them. Learn how to get thrown in jail? Grand Prix photo. The photo of Max's award ceremony. Got it. Okay. Is there anything... What do you know anything about this seasoning bottle we found in the box? What about this? Fabulous. You'd like me to sign this for you? Nope. The Grand Prix photo. So that's the photo of him winning the Grand Prix. Got it. Yep. The wooden box. What about that? Nope. Doesn't have anything to say about that. How about the monkey? No. What about the ring? No? The broken bottle. He's got to have something to say about that. Max, how could you? How could you hit poor Ben over the head with this? I've been thinking about that lately. But he did call me a no-good, talentless hack of a fast food magician. You mean Trillo said that? Not Ben, right? There is no Trillo or Ben. There's only one Benjamin Woodman. I guess you're right. His poster. Maximilian Galactica. No matter when you see me, you get shivers, don't you? The silk hat, the cloak, the white roses on my chest. They're my symbols. You know, I had to cut this number of symbols to 3. Really? You had quite a few to begin with then, huh? Well, I thought that you could never have too many symbols. Sunglasses, beauty marks, soft pillows for lips, a beard, buck teeth. I gave all sorts of symbols a shot. But if I forget one when I put on my makeup, everyone would forget who I am. That's awful, especially for a magician. There's his silk hat. This is definitely my silk hat. I don't suppose I'm allowed to wear it anymore, am I? Max, this one of your excellent symbols, right? That's right. Honestly, though, I only like it because of the feather in the brim. Okay. A peacock feather, too. I think Max is a pickup artist. Alright, so we got... anything else we can do? I don't think for now we needed to, like, get any information, so let's head to the Berry Big Circus. December 29th, Berry Big Circus, circus entrance. You hear that? It sounds like two people arguing.
All right, let's do it. Are you ready?
Yes, wait.
Quit your whining. Let's just give this a shot already. All right, let's go.
Row your boat.
Row your boat. What are you doing? Gently down the stream. Come on, you know that.
I'm trying my best, but Trillo, this just isn't going to work.
Do you enjoy saying dumb things? You're gonna have to be on your own someday. If you can't handle something as simple as this, what are you gonna do there?
Hello, Ben. Hello to you too, Trillo.
What are you doing here? Can't you see we're on a secret crash training course?
I'm sorry. Secret crash training? Whoa. Yes, Trillo wouldn't give up until I said we'd try out his idea for a new routine. So we returned to sing in a round for our new ventriloquism act. In a round? You can really do that? That's incredible.
See? See? Even they are surprised by the idea. I told you.
They're not the only ones. You even surprised me with your idea.
Once we've got a grip on the basics, then it's just a matter of practice.
You think so? Oh, I almost forgot. I wanted to give this back to you.
Ah, there it is. Now that I've got this ring back, it's time to take one more shot at Regina.
All right, let's talk about it. Today's trial. I know that you already testified in court today.
You want to talk about what we saw, right?
Yes.
Well, at first we thought it was the old man, just looking at his walk and how he acted, right, Ben?
Oh yeah, that's right.
But then we said hello and didn't even get a reply. Not to mention he was draped in those gaudy symbols.
What would you have thought if he wasn't wearing those symbols?
What do you think, Ben?
What? Oh, I would have thought it was the ringmaster. Something just isn't adding up here. I wonder who they really saw. Marriage. I was hoping I could ask you about Regina.
I'm completely serious about her. That's why I'm waiting for her even now.
Really? That's so sweet. But if you really wanted to see Regina, shouldn't you check out the tent?
Ah, you haven't got a clue about things, do you, sweetheart?
Huh?
Waiting like this is part of being in love.
How so?
If you had a clue, you would know that waiting is such sweet and wonderful torture. When your body aches for your partner's love, that's one of the best parts.
Yeah, I knew that. Poor Maya. She's so red, she looks like a vine-ripe tomato. Okay, ventriloquism. So how is this new routine working out?
Will you two just take a chill pill already? Our routines are secret. We're gonna take the ventriloquism world by storm. It'll be a real revolution.
That sounds incredible.
But let me make one thing clear. We're not gonna take on the world just because that jerk said we should.
That jerk?
Max Galactica. Performer should aim for the world. Who does he think he is?
Trillo, you seem to really be fired up about all this.
He needs to realize that he isn't the only one who can conquer the world stage.
You're right. You're right.
Mark my words, I, Trilloquist, will win the Grand Prix.
You're the man now, doll. Oh no. There we go. There's one of many to come. Mid 2000s memes right there.
Row your boat will be the key to a glorious victory.
Not to rain on your parade, but wouldn't a more mature song be best?
Hey, you've got to start somewhere, right? Don't screw this up. You got to be a part of this too.
Alright, is there anything in particular? Would you know anything about this seasoning, Bob? Would you mind taking a look at this? I guess we won't need you to look at this after all. Okay. The Grand Prix photo. You have anything to say about that? No, he doesn't. Okay. Alright. How about the lodging house? December 29th, the lodging house plaza.
Oh, it's you two.
You look like you just got hit by a truck. Shouldn't you get some rest?
I'm taking a rest right now, pal. I've been listening to some crazy clown's life story. Miss Von Karma told me to come down here and do this for her.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Let me tell you something, pal.
Listening to that old clown sucks all your energy. Every time he's done talking, he looks at you like you should be doing something. I think he's waiting for you to laugh at his jokes.
I know that, pal.
Have any idea how much your face hurts if you fake laughing that much? So, Francisca made true on what she said about sending Gumshoe to listen to his life story. That is amazing. Francisca really set you up bad this time, didn't she? If you ask me, she should be listening to Mo herself.
No way, pal. You're not gonna get me to backbite a woman with a whip. No way.
Why are you defending her?
Prosecutor Von Karma's always got her eyes on us. And every time you definitely don't want her to show up, poof, there she is. Don't show up, don't show up, don't show up, don't show up, don't show up.
Looks like she's wound him up pretty tight. Well, hello there.
She's directly above us as we speak.
Huh? How's that possible?
According to the clown, the culprit jumped from here and disappeared into the sky. If that's what happened, it means the killer passed right by this window, pal.
Oh, I see. Who lives in that room behind the window up there?
The acrobat's got his room up on the 3rd floor, it seems. Pretty soon, Miss Von Karma is gonna start her investigation up there. So don't get any ideas of going up to that acrobat's room. You got it, pal?
Yep, we will definitely not do that. Oh, Francisca Von Karma. Once she's done with her investigation, I think I'll go up there and check it out. Yeah. Can we go to Mo's room? Not that we want to, but yep. December 29th, lodging house, 1st floor, Mo's room. Mo's not here. If he was here, you would have been able to tell even before you stepped into his room. I'm sure you would have heard him laughing away. What do you think he's laughing at when he's all by himself? I always thought he was just thinking up new jokes. He must really love his work. Is there anything worth looking at in his room? I'm not seeing anything like there's a bunch of carrots. These carrots look like they're the pick of the crop, don't they? I still don't get why he went with carrots. What do you think about this theory? A long time ago, the circus was down on its luck. Mo was so hungry that he had to steal the horse's food to survive. But he got addicted to their orangey goodness. I'd laugh, but I think Maya might not be too far from the truth. What's this? Clown equipment is so funny looking. He's got a balancing ball, a unicycle, he's even got a trampoline. But they're all broken. Well, you've got to give him a shot. Trying is the most important thing. He sure seems to have tried them all, but were any of these useful? Let's see, what else we got? Some suits. All these clown costumes lined up like that. I don't know about you, but it's creepy. Look at the collection he's got. It's incredible. It must be a collection of clown costumes from around the world. Oh, I almost forgot. What is it now? She better not want me to try one of these on. I was thinking of starting a costume collection myself. I'll call it World Spirit Channels. We can display it in our office. In our office. As soon as you start paying the bills, you can say that. You really got to give it to Mo. Slipping on a banana peel 100 times a day? That's incredible. Maybe I should try giving it a shot myself. I guess I'll start out by juggling. Maybe you should start with spirit channeling. You know, just a thought. Alright, I think we've seen everything worth seeing in here. What's this? Look at the ceiling. It looks like someone punched a hole in it. You're right. I wonder what happened. I don't even want to imagine what goes on in here. This is where Mo witnessed the crime. Well, this is where Mo witnessed some craziness. I mean, come on, a flying criminal? Jeez. If we had a normal judge, he'd never believe something like that. There we go. Our first admission that this judge is anything but normal. All right, what else we got? Mo's got an excellent pair of pajamas. Fit in his bed in an excellent manner. They're not actually pajamas, they're actually costumes. Uh-huh. I guess you could say that they're professional sleepwear. Okay. Mo seems to be a voracious reader. Look at all the hard books he has here. Clowns for Dummies, The Joke's on You, Treat Your Peons Right, and the classic, Funny Jokes Are Funny. Wow, Mo is very studious. The Joke's on You. Uh-huh. All right. I think we have seen everything in Mo's room now. So let's get out of here. And we can go to the big top. December 29th, the Very Big Circus, Big Top. Huh? Where's Regina? I don't know. But if she's with that tiger, I don't want to find out. Let's hurry up and get out of here. Nick, you're kind of a chicken, aren't you? No. I'm just, allergic to wild tigers. Yeah. Sounds reasonable. Cafeteria. December 29th, Big Top Cafeteria.
All right. Welcome to the wonderful, the fabulous, the cafeteria.
Yikes. He's in an awfully good mood.
All right, you know what time it is? Riddle time. Why does everyone cry when they eat Mexican pizza?
Wonder why specifically wild ones. Yes. Tame tiger is fine.
Come on, you can answer this. It's easy.
Because cafeteria Mexican pizza is possibly a weapon of bowel destruction?
Wrong. Try again. Okay, what do you think, girlie?
I got it.
Okay, what's your answer?
Because they're in the cafeteria.
Exactly! It's an incredibly sad place, that cafe. I did it!
What's going on? He's being too nice. Let's talk about today's trial. Today's been a really crazy day, hasn't it?
You're telling me. I didn't think it was gonna be so tough.
Tough?
Yeah, it was a tough crowd. That's what you call a crowd that refuses to laugh. For instance, it was such a tough crowd this morning, I had to smash watermelons. I told them all a great story and even greater jokes, but no one busted out laughing.
You even used the famed no shoes, no shirt, no service joke.
Exactly. How can you not laugh at stunning comedy like that?
Yeah. Smashing watermelons is, I do believe, a reference to now deceased comedian Gallagher, who was well known for doing just that. What you witnessed? Are you 100% sure about your testimony today?
I saw what I saw. I swear. That creep just
flew through the air?
It wasn't exactly flying per se. It was more like floating. The silhouette of his face made me positive it was Max.
I don't see a cyclock. He must be telling the truth. There's a running joke in this series that Phoenix is happy to use the Cyclock in investigation sections, but you know, when it comes to being on trial, nope. My magic device that tells me exactly when somebody's lying, nah, that's too easy. I'm not gonna use it. Not gonna use it at all. All right, so we don't know much from you. What about this seasoning bottle?
Sorry, but I don't know anything about that.
I see.
After all, I'm just a clown.
I concede Mo's a clown, but I get the feeling he's not your average clown.
I'm just an innocent clown.
What is this?
Ah, not this picture. He showed it to you guys too.
Huh? You've seen it as well?
Well, you know what they say about Maximilian Galactica. He really gets around. Oh, yeah. He didn't just show me the picture.
What do you mean?
He showed me his bust, too. Let me tell you, that thing's enormous.
Oh, no.
It's in the picture, I think. He'd make us worship it every day. He made us bow to its greatness.
He's got a big bust? I wouldn't mind hearing more about Max's bust. Not that I'm into that sort of thing. Gosh. Oh no, the jokes are flying. Let's talk about Max's bust.
Max's bust should be on that small table over there.
There's nothing over there.
Really? Oh, yeah. When was it? I'd say about 5 days ago, all of a sudden, the bust disappeared.
It disappeared?
If you want to see it, there's a photo on the bulletin board over there. Max just had to put the picture up.
Hey, this thing is really cool. Nick, I want someone to make a bust of me. Sure, as long as I'm not paying for it. Aw. Max G bust. Okay. The bronze statue taken from cafeteria before. Wow. A bronze statue that happened to look exactly like Max. Interesting, isn't it? Is there anything else that's changed about this place?
Nope, nothing's changed that I can see.
I wonder if he's actually thinking about this or if he's setting up a bad joke.
Nope, I'm drawing a blank here.
A quiet Mo is a good Mo, in my book. I guess there really aren't any other things that have changed, huh?
Well, there is this one teensy tiny thing that does seem different.
Tell us. What's changed?
Well, on the morning of the crime, over on that bulletin board, this piece of paper was posted front and center.
Piece of paper?
It's torn, so I don't know what it said, but I could see its title.
Yikes. It says, to the murderer. Murderer?
Yep, that's what it says, but the rest of it's been ripped off. And I don't know who posted it.
When did you find this?
The morning before the murder.
Before the murder?
Yes, the ringmaster was killed the night after this paper was discovered.
Who in the world posted this thing? Note added to the court record. Okay. Nick, I think we'd better follow up on this important lead. Yeah. Interesting. We have some good evidence now to post. All right, thanks, Mo. You've actually helped us. All right, Regina's not here. Let's go to the ringmaster's room. If there's anything worth looking at. December 29th, Big Top Ringmaster's room. Max and the ringmaster had their talk in this room. That could have been when the ringmaster put on Max's costume and went outside. Why did he do that anyway? Was it really that cold or something? Was it? I don't know. I don't know if there's anything new to look at in here. Probably not. We'll come back later. Let's go to the circus entrance. Let's talk to you. Let's talk about the bust. No. He's got nothing to say about the bust. Okay. What about the note? No, got nothing to say about the note. Okay. Then let's go to the detention center and ask Max about this. Okay, Max. Let's talk about your bust. What about this? Oh, no? You're not gonna say anything about it? Oh, gosh. What about the note? Do you know anything about this note? The morning of the murder, it was posted on the wall in the cafeteria. I do know all about that note. When I read it, my heart certainly skipped a beat. Your heart skipped a beat? While I was enjoying my morning tea, the ringmaster and company entered the room. And company? I guess it wasn't really a company, it was just the ringmaster and my sweetie pie. When the ringmaster read the note, he turned an incredible bright red. All of a sudden, he tore it off the wall and shoved it into the pocket of his tailcoat. Really? Out of curiosity, what in the world was written on that thing? Let's see. Oh, I don't want to steal the fun from my sweeties. Go and find it on your own. I'm sure you can find it somewhere. You might also want to ask my sweetie pie princess. Okay, it might... Wait, should we go look at the headmaster's trash? Yeah, he doesn't have anything else to say. Okay. Let's go look at the headmaster's trash. Does he have a trash can? He doesn't. That would be too easy, I guess. That would be too logical. That's the money. The table he used when visitors came to see him. Ew, there's mud caked on the table. Someone with terrible manners was to put their shoes up on the table. Nick, don't even think about providing a reenactment for me. I wasn't. How uncouth do you think I am, anyway? That's right. Nick is couthed up. No? See, big top. Circus entrance. Is there anything? Probably not. I just noticed the sign says Maximilian Galactica and his comical comrades. That is so incredibly douchey. I love it. Let's see. Oh, Gumshoe's gone. Okay. I don't see anything out here really worth examining. The ringmaster's body was found here. I heard that the way he fell over made him look like he was carrying a wooden box. But what in the world really happened here? Right. And Moe's room. Moe's room has a trash can, but I can't look at it. Nothing I can talk to you guys about, right? Yeah. What about Moe? You have anything to say about Moe? No. What about Regina? No. Can't say anything about Regina. Yeah. You know, the series gets a little bit better about giving these characters more unique dialogue about things. You present them as it goes on. Also, like I said, this is not exactly a very beloved case in the series. For multiple reasons. Nothing there. Grand Prix photo. Yeah. Torn note that says to the murderer. No clue. Yeah, I know there's no clues. Don't look here. Very big circus. So, is there anything in the big top, potentially, that would indicate? We got the lion. Hey, look, that's where Max makes his grand appearance. It's grand, all right. I want to try entering court like that. How did I know that she'd say that? Yeah, I think we've already heard that dialogue. And, of course, the stepladder. Ah, a ladder. It's just a stepladder. What's the difference? They do the same thing, right? I think you should stick with the basic facts of the matter. Oh, okay. It's not even worth arguing with her on this one. That's right. Ladder versus stepladder. The classic battle. Well, I'm trying to think of where... I mean, we've basically been everywhere at this point. So, what are we missing? Okay, the only other thing I can think of is he did say the ringmaster stuck it in his coat. And that's his coat. Yeah, oh wait, well there's a letter in it, look. Hey, do you see that? There's a scrap of paper shoved into the pocket of the tailcoat. You know, I've got a feeling I know what that is. I bet that's the other half of the note that Moe gave us. Then let's hurry up and check this thing out, Nick. I knew it! It fits perfectly with the other piece. What does it say? What does it say? To the murderer, I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Meet me at 10 p.m. tonight at the Lodging House Plaza. Tonight at 10 p.m.? That's when the murder took place. Now we need to find out who called out the ringmaster. Torn by the ringmaster, found in his tailcoat pocket. Got it. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I'm wondering if Regina is going to show up now. No? Okay. Weird. So we have the complete note. All right. Wait, to the murderer, you haven't forgotten what happened 6 months ago, have you? I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Meet me at 10 p.m. tonight at the lodging house. What happened 6 months ago? This, seems important. All right, you guys know? No, of course you're not going to say anything. What about Mo? Mo might know. Otherwise, we can talk to Max again. All right, Mo. Where you at, Mo? December 29th, Big Top Cafeteria. What? Mo's gone. There's a message on the bulletin board. I'm hungry, so I'm off to get some hamburgers. Love, Mo. Hamburger. Just thinking about it is making me hungry. All of a sudden, I need a burger. Bad. All of a sudden, I need a new partner. Bad. Yep, those traditional hamburgers. With noodles and chicken and various other things you add to it. All right, lodging house. Hey, it's Gumshoe again. December 29th, Lodging House Plaza. Hey, Detective Gumshoe. I'm sure you did a good job, as usual.
Well, I'm done with the investigation of the acrobat. Finally. But with Miss Von Karma...
Uh-oh. Beep, beep. Nick, what is that? That beeping sound.
It's Miss Von Karma.
Huh?
Every time I hear that sound, she's usually not very far behind.
Some sort of pager or something?
If you don't mind, pal, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Quick! See ya, pal!
I didn't know that Gumshoe could run that fast. So much for being a flatfoot. Never seen a grown man so afraid of a girl still in her teens. Well, let's go inside. It's freezing out here. The wind is biting his... Ow! It's biting his lashes from a whip!
Von Karma!
She really did appear.
It was a real battle in court today, wasn't it, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Did you have to jump out and scare us like that? Oh, what can I do for you?
Tomorrow will be the day my dream finally comes true.
You mean the story of my defeat at your hands, making the national news? Ha ha ha! National news? You possess such a small sense of scale.
The global news, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Your miserable plight will be known internationally.
I think she might be overestimating the importance of a win by just a smidge. Let's talk. Tomorrow's trial. Miss Von Karma, it appears you got your hands onto something big, huh?
Ha! I'm amazed you picked up on that much.
Anyone could. You couldn't hide that look of victory with 10 paper bags on your head.
I've got conclusive evidence and a conclusive witness. Need any more hints?
The conclusive witness? You must mean the acrobat, right?
I'm putting in the summons for him to be called as a witness as we speak. This is the final nail in your coffin, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Yeah, I get it already. You want to beat and destroy me. I can't worry about her. I've got to try and find out more of my information myself. Revenge. Let's talk about that. Why do you keep giving Nick the evil eye? It doesn't matter if you prove the defendant guilty tomorrow. Nothing will be able to bring your dad back. My dad?
You must mean the esteemed Manfred von Karma.
Of course, your dad. I know you miss him.
Enough out of you. One more word and you'll get a mouthful of whip.
Now, when did I ever bring up my papa's name in this? Or any other conversation? Huh? Then what's this revenge thing you're talking about? You wouldn't understand, Mr. Phoenix, right? I have to see him again, one more time.
Him?
I'm sure you know to whom I refer.
Miles Edgeworth.
What? Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth?
Miles is Edgeworth?
Yeah, Miles Edgeworth. What's this about? Miles Edgeworth? Why would you even bring him up?
You haven't forgotten, have you? Do you know who it was that trained the gifted prosecutor, Miles Edgeworth?
Manfred von Karma. Exactly right. It was my papa. That means that Edgeworth was right again. Miles was like a little brother to me. Huh? Little brother? But Edgeworth and Nick are the same age. Edgeworth. The man who inspired me to become an attorney. I fought against him in a few cases. But a little after that case was over, he vanished. It's your fault he is gone. Huh? It's the truth, isn't it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Nick, what does she mean? Edgeworth's death. Yes. He is definitely dead. He doesn't have his own series that happens taking place after this trilogy. Definitely not. Edgeworth was never quite the same after that case, and then with the case after that one, he never set foot into court again. And then one day, he just vanished. All he left was a simple note at the prosecutor's office. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. That was 1 year ago. Oh, that was the note the guy from the Gatewater Hotel saw. Okay, at the end of the previous case, yeah. It was a few months after you left to go back home. Mr. Edgeworth, he's dead? I don't believe it. He's still alive. I'm sure of it. Somewhere in this world, he is still alive. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death? Of course he did. You ruined his reputation as a prosecutor. You effectively killed the prosecutor in him. Just like your victory muddied the honorable name Von Karma. I'm going to find him. And then, I'm going to teach him his rightful place with my own two hands. Nick? About Mr. Edgeworth. Maya, I already told you this once. Don't make me do it again. Don't bring up his name in front of me again, okay? Nick? Miss Von Karma? What? I don't know if you're God's gift to prosecutors or not, but I've had about enough of you. Him too. What in the world happened? This dog is all bark and no bite. He's already been defeated. Regardless, I have nothing to inform you two of today. Tomorrow will be the greatest courtroom battle this country has ever seen. Nick? Let's go. We need to talk with the performer on the 3rd floor. I'm sorry I brought it up, Nick. Yeah, let's go. Acro's room. Oh, December 29th, lodging house, 3rd floor, Acro's room. You must be Phoenix Wright. Yes. Pleased to meet you. I'm Ken Dingling. But here at the circus, everyone just calls me Acro. Mr. Acro? How do you know my name? The detective told me. He said you'd definitely show up here. Acro, you're a member of this circus as well? That's right. I mainly performed on the tightrope or the flying trapeze. But nowadays, all I perform in is my wheelchair. Okay, let's talk. The very big circus. Acro, why did you join the circus? When I was a kid, my parents failed miserably at business. Then one night, they decided to run away from it all. Without me. Huh? The only person who was willing to take my parents' place was the ringmaster. The ringmaster took such incredible care of me. He was truly a lifesaver. It seems like the ringmaster was truly a saint. He was. That's why I decided to do something very important. I decided that I would devote my entire life to finding a way to repay him. And now, look how someone repaid him for all the good in his life. It's such a shame. Sometimes I think that he was almost too kind. Perhaps he was too kind to his performers. Perhaps he was too kind to his daughter. I wonder if he spoiled Regina. Regina is so cute! She's truly a princess. Truly a princess? Are you sure that's a good thing? Huh? Do I detect a hint of a grudge against Regina? Wheelchair. I'm sorry to ask, but why are you in a wheelchair? The nerves in my legs were badly damaged. And you can't walk now? I can't even stand now. And since I live on the 3rd floor, I can't even leave this building by myself. That's awful. The accident happened during an acrobatics session, right? Uh-oh. Cyclops. Cyclops. It doesn't seem like Acro's injuries are acrobatic in nature. What's on your mind, Mr. Wright? Well, exactly when were you injured? It's been almost 6 months since I was hurt. I injured my legs during practice. 6 months ago? What in the world went on in the circus then? Yeah. I stopped by yesterday and noticed that you weren't in your room. I was at the hospital all day yesterday. Ah, you went there for rehabilitation? And what about the murder? Of course I knew about it. I spoke with the police before they allowed me to go to the hospital. Before I got the call from the prosecutor, I was convinced that it was all a dream. Huh? I just couldn't believe it when I saw what I saw. What you saw? Jeez, that sounded really ominous. What you witnessed. What did you see, Acro? That night, I was in bed sleeping when I heard a huge sound coming from below my window. I see. The scene of the crime was right below your window. That's when I looked out the window. What did you see? He was flying straight up into the air. He? Maximilian Galactica. What? That's what I thought he'd say. You're absolutely positive that it was Max you saw flying? I'm absolutely sure. There's no doubt in my mind. Nick? Yeah, that's not good. Well, do we have enough to use the Magatama on him? I think? Man. Let's see. Let's present it and see what happens. About the wheelchair. I have to ask you, how were you injured? I'm sorry, I thought we talked about this. It was an accident that happened during practice. An accident during practice? Yes! Unfortunately, acrobats are prone to all sorts of injuries. He's lying. If that were the real cause, he'd have no reason to keep it secret. Acro, are you really telling me that a practice accident was the cause of your injury? Let's see. I have a feeling we don't have enough yet, but... Let's see, the note? Alright, Acro, just tell me the truth. Do you mind if I ask you a question first? What do you want to know? Do you really think I could get an injury like this from something like that? Yikes, it seems I'm off track with this one. Okay, I don't think we have enough yet. If that's how you handle yourself, I suggest a net if you ever try the tightrope. He's right. I slipped up just now. I've got to rethink things. Accident during practice. Yeah, I think we don't have enough yet. We're gonna go back. Investigate. Okay. As lovely as that circus music is, I will gladly get out of there. Let's see. Mo's room? No. Circus entrance. Is there anything new? Oh, there is something new. December 29th, Berry Big Circus. Big Top. Oh no, grr. I've got a bad feeling about this. It's the tiger! Ah, Nick! Wonderful, today's special must be Filet-O-Phoenix. Stay! Stay! Heal! Oh, Maya! Nick! It's you guys! I'm sorry. I guess I made a mistake. Mistake? Yeah, a little one. I was thinking of teaching whatever primate was out there a lesson. But I was expecting more of a monkey than a human. A monkey? Oh, this monkey? He just loves to cause nothing but trouble, that cute little monkey. Wait, you gonna have the tiger eat the monkey? But don't you think using a tiger to scare him is a bit much? Huh? Why is that? Do you really have to ask that? It's dangerous to use a tiger for that sort of thing. It's not dangerous at all. Regent's just a little kitten. I've seen plenty of kittens, and that is no kitten. Yeah. Let's see. Let's talk Russellberry. It's a pity about what happened to the ringmaster. Dad? Everyone loved him, didn't they? He must have been quite a man. He was. I love my dad so much. I hate to say it, but she doesn't seem all that broken up about her father. That's why I feel so lonely, now that I won't be able to see him for a while. For a while? Yeah. When Leon died, I talked with my dad, and he told me that when someone dies, they just become a star in the heavens. A star? That means that my dad is looking down on me from the sky. That's why I love the night so much. I can see everyone who's gone. When someone dies, they just become a star in the heavens. That's kind of sweet. But I bet you there's no way that Maya believes that. What do you mean there's no way I believe that? Mind reading. Do you think that one day I'll be a star too? Of course. You really think so? Yeah, you will, I think. I've got a feeling that everyone is doing great up there in the sky. I wonder if everything's alright with Regina. Yeah, she's a little interesting. Money the Monkey. Just to go back and clear something up, why'd you want to teach Money a lesson? Because he's a meanie. He's got something that means a lot to me. Something that means a lot to you. It must be something shiny, right? Actually, it's a stage costume. It's got lots of spangles. It's really beautiful. You should see it. We should? When the costume gets hit by the spotlight, it dazzles. Hey, Mr. Attorney. Huh? If you saw that monkey, you'd get my costume back for me, wouldn't you? It's really important to me. Gladly, but of course, I'll get it for you. Thank you. Thank you for giving me lots of choices. I'll get it for you. Leave it all up to us. Guess there's no turning that down that request. Yay! You really gonna do it? I mean, I guess. What else? This note. Regina, have you ever seen this before? I know what this is. Really? Oh, it was in my pocket for a while. Wait, it was in your pocket? This piece of paper? It was in your pocket? I guess I noticed it was there around breakfast time. Breakfast time? Yeah, I always take Acro his breakfast in the morning. That's when I also take out the trash in his room. Then I'd go to the cafeteria and eat my own breakfast. That's when you realized the piece of paper was in your pocket? Yep, but since I'm not a murderer, I just figured it belonged in someone else's pocket. And then what? I wondered if the person who lost it was in trouble, so... You didn't put it on the bulletin board in the cafeteria, did you? I did! I stuck it up there. How'd you know? So it was Regina who put it up there. Okay, so... The note was originally in her pocket. Then she put it on the bulletin board, so it wasn't just stuck on the bulletin board for no reason. Then the headmaster saw, or the ringleader saw it, and then he stuck it into his... Okay, I'm starting to get the picture here. When did this happen? The morning of the murder, I think. That explains a lot. I wonder who wrote this. Yeah, note updated. Gotcha. That is, interesting. Alright, so we gotta go back to Acro's room and get the, whatever it is, I'm assuming. Because we already established that all the stuff that the monkey steals ends up in Acro's room. Alright. I don't see anything looking like an outfit, but we can check. Oh, it's a huge pile of trash. One man's trash is another monkey's treasure. I guess you're right. Look, they're all shiny things. He's even got a motorcycle exhaust. What do they call this thing? Oh, a tuba, right? Of course it's a tuba, silly. You didn't know that? Hey, it's a picture of Regina. Well, she is a shining beauty. No objections here. Okay. So we got... Okay, that's... Weights. He's got a barbell. Look around. Everything he got is for upper body training. Wait a second. Those are the same machines I see on TV all the time. Hey, Nick. What? I don't have this one. The barbell here is a new model. Don't overdo it, Maya. You don't want to end up a muscle woman. Oh, no. I feel like a certain corner of the internet would be okay with that. And there's probably art of that. But anyway, let's see. Where else? I'm trying to... let's see. We got... I'm assuming there's nothing new to talk about with you. Yeah. I think we got to get some more evidence. Mo's room. Oh, wait. Updating. December 29th, lodging house, first floor, Mo's room. Mo's not here. What's that? I hear something. Stop it, Nick. You're scaring me. Ah, the monkey's here. Nick, it's money. That monkey's holding something. That's it. That's the thing that means a lot to Regina, remember? All right, time to take on this monkey, attorney style. Give it back, monkey brain, stay, or scratch, scratch. Give it back. Give it back, monkey brain. It means a lot to Regina. A real man wouldn't make a little girl cry. Yikes. Wah! I tried to have a man-to-man talk with him. I really did. You know, man-to-man isn't really accurate. It was more like man-to-monkey. Nick, I swiped it while Money was distracted. Wow, you're really on the ball today, Nick. Let me see it. Let me see it. Huh? You can see it fine from where you are. You know what I mean. I really want to try on Regina's costume. Maybe then they'll take you into the circus and I can get some peace and quiet. What's the matter now? It doesn't fit me at all. Oh well, guess it's time for you to lay off the burgers. Not to mention it doesn't look like something any girl I know would actually wear. Stage costume, a shiny spangled vest. It's not Maya's size at all. Well, that's good to know. Lodging house. Well, let's go give it back to her, I guess. There you go. Here you go, Regina. Yay, thank you. You really got it back for me. Don't mention it. I love you, Mr. Attorney. It's nothing. No wonder guys melt to mush in front of this girl. Hey, Regina. That costume is yours, right? I tried it on, but it didn't fit me. Huh? This costume? This isn't mine. It was Leon's. Leon's? You know, the lion she told us about. Oh, the one that someone killed. Oh, can we talk about that? Leon, yeah. Leon, he was killed, wasn't he? That's right. My dad killed him. Why? Well, Leon did something really bad during practice. Ah, this might be 6 months ago. During practice? Leon was sitting down and he opened his mouth, you know? Gaw. Usually when he did that, I would put my head into his mouth. Wait, you put your head into a lion's mouth? I sure did. People in the crowd always loved seeing me do that. They'd always start screaming. You sure they were screaming because they loved seeing you do that? Anyways, what was the bad thing? Oh yeah, Leon bit someone during that practice. Regina! Everything was all right though, right? No, it wasn't all right. That was the problem. My dad was incredibly angry. And that's when Leon... yeah, that's when he became a star in the sky. Poor thing. The animal show's lion shot by the ringmaster 6 months ago for biting a performer. Okay. Okay. So we got the lion. See, I wonder if Max knows anything about this. I kind of doubt it. Wait, is he gone? December 29th, detention center, visitor's room. They must have taken Max in for questioning again. There really isn't anything that we need to ask him right now anyway. Okay, you're right, I guess. All right, let's go then. Okay, no Max. Let's keep looking. I guess it's nice for the game to officially tell us that it's not, you know. Let's see, Acro's room. Yeah, he's there. I don't have much to talk about. Okay. Circus. Let's see. Anybody in the ringmaster's room? No. How about the cafeteria? Aha! December 29th, the Big Top cafeteria. Something smells fantastic. So we know it can't be Mo. Wait, I know what it is. It's burgers.
Hello, hello, hello! Welcome to the bistro to Circus, aka the cafeteria.
It smells so good in here. And those burgers look great. She's drilling like she's some sort of crazed burger monster.
My burgers are the best. Juicy meat, toasted buns, special sauce. They're absolutely irresistible to anyone with a hankering for a burger. One bite will send you into hamburger heaven.
I bet. I can tell by the smell. Whoa, I'm getting hungry too. Those burgers must have some kind of special power. Alright, the very big circus. Now that the ringmaster is gone, what are you gonna do?
That's all I've thought about the past 2 days. Everyone loved Russell. You've heard Acro's story, haven't you?
Like how he was adopted when he was younger?
He's calmed down a bit now, but he was livid when he heard about the murder. Acro was so upset that he said he couldn't go on.
He was that upset?
Yes, he was. Anyways, I gave it some thought. Maybe I should give up on trying to be a half-baked clown. I've been thinking of trying on the ringmaster's shoes.
What? Really?
Max would still be an issue, though.
Max?
He may be a bit mean and hard to work with, but it's hard to argue his importance. He's probably the reason the circus is still around. A lot of what he says is right.
No.
All that's left is to see if everyone can get over the tragedy. You know...
The tragedy? You know, what are you talking about? Get over it. Get over what tragedy, Mo?
Huh? Oh, don't worry about it. It's nothing. Nothing at all.
He must mean the tragic death of the ringmaster, right?
Yes, that's it. You're right, girlie. Dang, dang, dang. Correctamundo.
Doesn't he mean ding? Mo, I mean no disrespect here, but are you lying to us?
No, not at all. What makes you think that?
Just the way you said if everyone can get over the tragedy seemed a bit strange. It sounded like you were talking about something from a long time ago. Mo, I'm right, aren't I? Oh, he's got psych locks now. Oh boy. So now we're getting closer to the truth.
It was about 6 months ago. It was just a little accident. Give me a break. Us old men have accidents. I wear big pants for a reason.
6 months ago, eh? Interesting. Huh. Interesting. I'm wondering, let me think. Do we have what we need? I think we have the 6 months ago and then we have the lion, right? Yeah, I think probably we can break through. So let's present that. Because I'm assuming that's what he's hiding. Get over it. Mo, please tell us what happened 6 months ago. What in the world went on at this circus?
Okay. There's no need to look so scary when you ask me. Hey, look over there, some juicy burgers. Let's eat instead.
Unfortunately, I'm more of a grilled chicken sandwich man myself.
Oh.
Actually, I've kind of got an idea of what happened back then.
Huh?
Mo, you said something about an accident? This wouldn't happen to be the cause of that accident, would it? The lion, right? Yeah. I heard a little bit about it from Regina. Leon made a mistake during a practice, right?
How did you? I told him so many times. You shouldn't be doing such dangerous acts.
Like putting your head inside Leon's mouth, right?
Yeah, but Regina believed in Leon. She believed so strongly that the ringmaster went along. He never could say no to her.
Out of curiosity, who was bitten? Come on, Mo, don't clam up on me now. Who did Leon bite on the head?
Well, I promised I wouldn't say anything.
You promised.
He's involved in this, too.
He's involved, huh? Mo must be talking about... Mo, is this the person you promised you wouldn't say anything? It's Acro, isn't it? It's gotta be. Yeah. Seriously injured both legs while training 6 months ago. It must have been Acro, right?
How'd you know?
Don't worry about that, Mo. Getting to the bottom of this accident may help solve what happened to the ringmaster.
No way.
I need to know the truth about what happened to Russell. Please tell me what you know.
I'm sorry, Acro.
There we go. Yeah, got it. Unlock success. Get over it, yeah.
It's just like you said, you know, the accident.
Did someone die?
No, but it would have probably been better if he had.
What? How would that have been better?
He's still alive, but when he got bit, he suffered massive brain damage. He'll never recover from the coma that he's in.
Coma?
All he does now is lie in his bed at the hospital. And that's all he's ever going to be able to do.
I see. How is he related to Acro?
He's his brother.
Huh?
The person who got bit was Acro's brother.
Brother?
They were an acrobat team of brothers, Acro and Bat. Cute nicknames, I thought. Anyways, they were an incredible team, cut down together in their prime.
Acro's brother, Bat, huh? Who is Acro's younger brother?
Sean Dingling, but everyone always called him Bat. He fell in love with Regina.
Oh no, not another one.
Trying to win her love was his downfall.
Everyone seems to fall in love with Regina.
6 months ago, while we were practicing, all of a sudden Bat blurts out, "Let me perform with Leon."
Why'd he do that?
I don't know, but that's what caused the accident. I'll never forget that moment. It was so strange. Leon had the weirdest look on his face. He was smiling.
You mean Leon?
Yes, Leon. When he bit down, he was smiling.
Yikes.
Some sick grin.
No way, that's impossible. A smirking lion? A flying murderer? Why does it seem that it's always Mo who catches all these incredible events? Nick, can lions smile?
We never told the police about the incident. The circus would have been shut down if we had. The next day, the ringmaster took Leon out and shot him with a rifle.
So that's what really happened.
Well, you guys were so serious. What was I supposed to do? I had to tell you. But all this truthfulness has put me in the mood for a burger. Here, you two have some pepper. Shake, shake, shake.
Here he goes. Wait a minute. Look at that. That looks like the, yeah, a seasoning bottle. Pepper. There he goes again, acting like his normal crazy self.
Achoo! Nice! What a wonderful sneeze!
Huh? You think so?
You sneeze with pepper and slip on a banana peel. That's basic clownsmanship. Girlie, I know you gotta understand that.
Nick, I think I'd make a good clown.
Other than Regina, I've never seen a cuter sneezer.
Does Regina sneeze with pepper too?
She does. Bat would always tease her with pepper.
Bat?
From my point of view, those two always look so perfect together.
They look perfect together, huh? Interesting. Bit on the head 6 months ago and still in a coma. Interesting. right, so what we got? All right, so I think in this case we've got Acro, we've got Bats. Do we have enough to confront Acro with enough to break his Cyclops? Like, is that... I think we do. Just logically. See, that's the thing with the Magatama, you're not entirely sure what's going to get brought up, but I think so. I think I'll save just in case beforehand, but I think we have enough now. So let me go ahead and save. Perfecto. Let's go to Acro's room. Ah, Mr. Wright. Back again, I see. Well, he did say I'll be back. Wait, or was that someone else? We're back because Acro's hiding why his legs were injured. He was hurt in the accident 6 months ago. It would seem that he knows that we know. Well, it seems that you've got things you want to talk about, so fire away. All right, this, I feel like that's a hint that we're good to go. Let's see. About the wheelchair. Okay, so we already talked about this. How was he injured? An accident? So you're really telling me that a practice incident was the cause of your injury? What about the lion? Ooh. Leon. 6 months ago, you were attacked by the lion. That's when you were injured. Aha! I know I'm on the right track. I just need to keep going. You're saying that I was attacked? By a lion? That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, but I'm an acrobat. I'm no animal tamer. If a lion was coming at me, I'd be running for the exit. Okay, maybe attacked is not the best word to be using. So let me rephrase that as battled the lion. You seem to enjoy telling jokes. Why would I decide to battle a lion? Because you had to fight it. You had to fight it to save somebody. Your brother. So he's 26 and 22. Got it. Bat. It was a shame what happened to your brother 6 months ago. You tried to save him, didn't you? And that's how you got that terrible injury? Yeah. Mo. He must have told you. Yes, we learned about Bat from Mo. But he didn't mention anything about you in regards to the accident. I suppose it was just a slip of the tongue on his part. That's how I figured it out. A slip of the tongue? Anyways, they were an incredible team, cut down together in their prime. Yep. Cut down together. That's where he slipped. And that's how I figured it out. You two ended up at the center of the same accident together, like always. I see. But an accident is an accident. It wasn't anyone's fault. I still haven't broken Acro's last cyclock. This must be one incredibly deep-seated secret. It wasn't anyone's fault? Do you care to explain more? Acro, I know you're still hiding something from me. Maybe someone you don't seem to like much is the reason you're being evasive. Yeah, I mean, there's only one person he, like, obviously had a problem with, and it's Regina. Who is 16, by the way. It's just such a weird case. Okay, anyway. Regina. You always seem calm and collected until you start talking about her. Saying things like she's cruel. Well done, Mr. Attorney. You've got quite the set of eagle eyes. You know, her tiger tried to attack me. Regent tried to attack you? Twice. He wasn't serious, I'm sure. You're not trying to insinuate that I believe she spurred on Leon to attack Bad, are you? Leon was never taught a command to attack people. Regina isn't capable of doing anything like that. And besides, Regina had no reason to unhurt my little brother. Regina and Pat were such good friends back then. But you still hate Regina. I've got proof of it. What? What are you talking about? Oh, maybe I overdid it again. But if I can hand something over to Acro, maybe it'll... Here's proof that you had it out for Regina all along. The note. The note. Because she said she found it right after she took food to him. Just, where'd you get it? Regina posted it on the bulletin board in the cafeteria. Before that, it was in her pocket. I guess I noticed it was in there around breakfast time. I always take Acro his breakfast in the morning. Yep. You wrote this, and then you put it in her pocket. That's right, isn't it? That's right. Well done, Mr. Wright. Okay, wheelchair. My legs were injured by Leon 6 months ago. My younger brother, Bat, had a dare with Regina. A dare? An absurd dare. If I can put my head inside of Leon's mouth like you do, you have to go on to the movies with me on a date. That's insane! Didn't he know how dangerous that is? We all thought he was being stupid too. But that lion was very old to begin with, and age brought with it countless experience in doing that very trick. Unfortunately, this particular time, I guess Leon wasn't ready or willing. And that's when the accident happened? He just wanted to take her out to the movies. Poor Bat. When Leon chomped down, I jumped towards him. Then Leon attacked me, and that's how I ended up. What about Bat? He's still in a coma. I went to the hospital yesterday to visit him. I see. I'm still waiting for him to open his eyes again. And that's the reason why I keep going. Regina and Bat. Bat and Regina. They were such great friends. Oh, yeah. I wanted you to take a look at this. What is it? This is the scarf my brother was wearing when Leon attacked him. Gross, it's covered in blood. This scarf. It was a present from Regina to my brother on the day of the accident. When he did it, he looked like he was smiling. He? Leon, obviously. Oh. When he bit down on Bat's head, the expression on Leon's face looked like a grin. Nick, I know. Mo said the same thing. What do you think it all means? I'll be taking that scarf if you don't mind. Miss Von Karma, I've already heard everything, so hand over the scarf. But the scarf is evidence in the trial. That is for me to decide. I think we should begin our preparations now, Acro. Preparations? I've served a summons to Acro to appear in court tomorrow as a witness. Just a normal 22-year-old wanting to date a 16-year-old. Definitely no big red flags there or anything. Yeah. Well, okay, let's think about this, okay? Okay. She's 16. Max is 21. Bat is 22. Ben is 31. And they're all going after a 16-year-old. Just, okay. 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 Yeah. Again, this case, this is not at the top of anybody's tier lists of best cases, I think. For many reasons. Alright. Acro, we'll talk more at the prosecutor's office. Acro, a witness? She said that already. We talked about this outside. Come, Acro, let's go to the office. Yes, ma'am. Now what do we do, Nick? How are we going to handle tomorrow? Don't worry about it. I'll figure something out. Look at you, all full of confidence. You must have found something you can use. This is all beginning to come together now. The missing bust is a huge deal, honestly. It's like, hey, a bunch of people saw Max Galactica, and there happens to be a bust that looks exactly like Max Galactica. December 30th, 9:41 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. Good morning, Max. Oh, yeah. Good morning, sweeties. You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today. I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. I'm working up to it. Hee. Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk. Regina? How fabulous, my sweetie pie. My sweetie pie princess. You came to watch my performance today? Of course I did. Mo told me that I should come and watch this. Mo said that. So what kind of performance will you put on today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end? It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties? Huh? I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't... Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on. Or even where she is. Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today, I'm just a member of the audience. Fabulous. Enjoy yourself out there. Good luck, Max. You're the best. Regina's different, don't you think, Nick?
Top of the morning to you. Everybody, let's get ready to get stuck in legal limbo. How low can you go?
Mo.
Top of the morning to you, governor.
Top of the morning.
That's the ticket. Attacking the day starts with energy in the morning. The early bird gets the worm, but then again, worms lack higher brain function. Here, Max, I brought you a present. Have some milk.
Oh my. Thanks.
So how are you today, Wright?
Well, I've got the feeling that today I'm gonna face off against the real culprit.
You mean Acro?
Huh? You think he did it?
Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line. Literally. He's got guts to spare.
If all I've got to worry about is how thin the tightrope is, I'm used to it already. It just means that I won't be able to press him like I can other witnesses. What are you gonna do then, Nick? I guess today we'll just have to do without our usual psychological warfare. Today we rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acro and to the truth. You're right, but it's gonna be tough.
Anyways, I want you to make sure that Regina sees it all today. It's important. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father.
You want us to make sure Regina watches?
Yes, that's why I brought her here to court today.
What's that supposed to mean?
She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars.
Yep. Okay, December 30th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 2.
Court is now in session for the trial of Maximilian Galactica.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Very well. Miss Von Karma, you may proceed with your case.
The prosecution would like to revise its previous series of events.
What's the meaning of this?
We have discovered a new witness, shall I say, a new eyewitness. One that saw Maximilian Galactica fly off from the scene of the crime.
Order! Order! I had a feeling something like this would come up.
Due to this revision, we are not prepared to explain how the defendant flew that night. An explanation the prosecution will present if the need so arises. In fact, my detective stayed up all night creating a mock-up of the scene, on my orders. Poor Gumshoe.
Very well. Now please, call your witnesses to the stand.
Time to get to work. Or, shall I say, time to walk the courtroom tightrope. Name and occupation. Ken Ding Ling, but everyone calls me Acro. I'm employed as an acrobat at the Very Big Circus. Oh my gosh, he gave a straight answer. Where were you the night of the crime? I was in my room that night. If you look at the map, you will see the witness's room is near the crime scene. My room is on the 3rd floor. The crime scene is below my window. The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed? Okay. What I witnessed. Here we go. It was just after 10 p.m., and I was resting in my bed. Around that time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Then, a few moments later, I saw someone flying right by my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought it was dreaming.
This witness's testimony matches up exactly with that of the clown.
If that's the case, then there is very little the prosecution need add. All that's left is to explain how the defendant disappeared into the sky that night. Before we get that far, I'd like to cross-examine the witness. A foolish choice by a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish sadness of a sad fool. A man must know the proper timing for things, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Just like your old friend, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, did.
Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness's testimony?
In the words of Miss Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings?
There's no way that actually happened. Very well. You may proceed with your cross-examination.
What I witnessed. Okay. So I kind of feel like we got a hint that we need to be careful about pressing him. Right? So I'm gonna save just in case, because I don't really want to goof up here. I was listening. One of them did stand out to me. I only saw him from behind, but that's who it looked like. Let's go on that. The light in your room was turned off then, right? That's true. I was going to bed after all. So with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window? The safety lights lit up things enough for me to see. But honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside my window. It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses on the front.
Did you see any of the other symbols?
I clearly saw the silk hat, as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica. The more I press him, the less results I seem to get. But maybe there was something fishy with his latest bit of testimony. Oh yeah, because he couldn't have seen the silk hat because the silk hat was found at the crime scene. There's a contradiction there. There is a huge contradiction with the testimony that was just given. If there's a contradiction, then prove it with evidence.
She's right. Let's see some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim of a contradiction?
The silk hat. You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that? What do you mean? The silk hat. What about the silk hat? I saw it on Max's head as he flew by my window. Well, you should have tried looking down out of your window that night. That would have been quite difficult considering the state that I'm in. Just looking outside of the window was a tough enough challenge for me. That's a shame, because you would have noticed the silk hat found on the scene. That's the ringmaster's hat, right? Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat.
Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has 2 silk hats?
No. This is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model made only for Maximilian Galactica. Which means, Acro, that you've been fibbing on the stand.
Order!
As always, it looks like someone just had to open their mouth before thinking. Are you okay, Nick? Well, I opened my big mouth, and now I have to back it up.
How about it, Mr. Wright? What would cause this witness to commit perjury in this court today?
Acro is the real culprit. We're gonna go. Yeah. Your Honor, on this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself. On this occasion?
Accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of?
Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry.
Mr. Wright, are you serious?
Deadly serious, Your Honor. I think your trips to the circus have served you well. You seem to have learned how to try and grab at an audience's hearts and minds. Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. Trying to wow the crowd with smoke and mirrors is the oldest bluff in the book.
Really?
If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. He's calm enough for it to almost be scary. he is staying rather calm and collected.
Mr. Dingling, do you have any response to the defense's accusation?
I don't really need to say a thing, do I?
What do you mean?
Everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the lodging house.
That's true.
I understand that Mr. Wright is just trying to help his client. But to do this by accusing me of a murder of all things. See? Even a sliver of common sense makes it clear the accusation is ludicrous.
She's right. Way to pick on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man. Phoenix is a poopy head.
See that, Mr. Phoenix Wright? If you're trying to drum up support from the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. I think that's enough of this little game. I've got a doctor's note to confirm that Acro is unable to stand under his own power. Maybe the defense is planning on making a claim to counter this as well. I can hear the defense now. Acro had an accomplice.
What do you say about this, Mr. Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice?
Jeez. I don't think so. Well, the monkey, right? The monkey would be his accomplice in this case. Right? No. Ah, gosh, I'm not sure. No, because the monkey just like grabbed shiny things, so there wasn't. No. Let's see. Ben and Trillo obviously had a problem with Max, but I don't think they're no, because like they were waiting for Regina. Mo is not involved, I don't think, either. So I'm gonna say he doesn't have an accomplice. We're gonna try it. He didn't. Now then, this must be when we get to the heart of hear the name of this mystery accomplice. Not this time, Von Karma. What? You're not gonna sucker me into this one.
What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright?
There was no accomplice. Acro planned and committed this murder all by himself.
No, order! Order! What are you getting at?
Way to keep them on their toes, Nick. Now I'm gonna have to prove it how it all fits together. I have to show how Acro murdered Russell Berry. Can you do it, Nick? Can you really do that? I know what I can't do. I can't stop now. If I stop attacking, I'm doomed. Alright, then let's do it. Mr. Phoenix Wright. If this witness is the killer, then his eyewitness account is all lies, right?
Mr. Wright, I'd like you to clear something up for me. When the crime was committed, exactly where was Mr. Dingling?
Okay, so the murder happened right about here, right? Or sorry, right about here? Because they were waiting there. Yeah, because the ringmaster came out and he was killed. Actually, sorry, right about here. So obviously there was no trails around it. And then so here's what we got. My thought is that Acro was probably in his room, actually. All right, I think Acro was in his room. Yeah. He was obviously here the entire time.
That's Acro's room?
Pretty simple, huh? Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. In that case, there can only be one correct answer. Acro didn't leave his room to kill the ringmaster. What? Are you nuts?
What say you, Mr. Dingling?
It's an interesting theory. That's it? Considering that what you proposed is impossible, yes, that's it.
Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
As the witness has stated, your assertion is impossible. As he is in a wheelchair, there's no way he could go to the scene or be the killer.
You've got a point. It seems you've forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime. It's true. No, see, look, okay. So, that's the bust. That's gotta be the bust. With his hat on it, and also with the coat, the coat on it. Because we've made a really big deal in this case about how Max's symbols are the same as Max. And we have a bust that went missing that looks the same thing as Max. The bust killed the ringmaster too, I think. I think he dropped the bust out of the window and pulled it back up. Because they made a point of saying that he has, like, he works out constantly, so he has a lot of upper body strength. He threw it out the window, killed the ringmaster, and then he pulled it back up. That's my thought here. Mo said that he saw Max, didn't he? Yeah, that's him pulling it back up. That's my going theory here. But Maya, it's still impossible for humans to fly. Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright? What is it? I understand some of your logic. However, how do you think that I killed him? If I can't leave my room, I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume. How did he do it? That's the next course of this legal buffet. Be careful, Nick. If you mess up here... She's right, I can't mess up here. I've got to give this one some serious thought. I'm sure that Acro killed the ringmaster. And he did it while he was in his room. No doubt about it.
Time to enlighten us as to how Mr. Dingling committed the crime, Mr. Wright.
Can we present evidence now? Yeah, the bust. If my theory is right, it's the bust. Let's do it. I'm gonna present some evidence.
So what did Mr. Dingling use to commit the crime of murder against Russell Berry?
Well, clearly. Not the Grand Prix photo, the bust.
What is that? A picture?
It is indeed. The problem is with the item that's shown in the picture.
The bust?
It's quite a large bust. And because it is life-size, it is also very, very heavy. Heavy? Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death. Especially if it was dropped from a third-story window. See? This is how Acro was able to kill the ringmaster. With the force of gravity and Maximilian Galactica's ample bust. Okay. Calm down, Phoenix.
Order! Order! So you're saying the bust fell onto the ringmaster?
A rather simple crime. Even if you were stuck in a wheelchair, it'd be incredibly easy to commit. A simple crime, yes, this is a very... Because all the crimes in Phoenix Wright are very simple and straightforward. How could you possibly wheel a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible. Well, Acro is an acrobat. He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like the bust.
Mr. Dingling, how do you respond to these charges?
Well, Acro's at a loss for words. He should be. He knows that I'm getting close to the truth. Well, Acro. You can't run away from things. Ow! I'd watch what I say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material to this case. I demand that we get proper testimony from the witness himself.
Testimony, you say?
Fun karma. She's just using this testimony as a ruse, to stall for time. There is absolutely no need for such testimony. The defense has its version of the murder. The prosecution has the right to respond.
The defense's objection is overruled.
Why can't he see things my way once in a while?
Mr. Dingling, I am sorry, but we need you to testify about your physical condition. If you have any doubts about your ability to testify, we can request expert testimony.
The witness will have no problems. However, let's all be respectful towards him. Thank you. That woman will sink to any load to win a case. Witness testimony, Acro's physical state. I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. I have a strong upper body from working as an acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust and looking out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Thus, it would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think? Unless it was an accidental murder.
I have no doubts in regards to this witness's testimony.
It was impossible for him to lift the bust and stick himself out far enough to look. Not to mention that he could not have known the location of the ringmaster's head. A single false step would have led to even more severe injuries.
That's what I was thinking. What's your opinion on the matter, Mr. Wright?
I'd still like to proceed with my cross-examination. He's simply stalling. It's shameful, really. Ugh, I can't let her get to me. I've got to focus. Okay, Acro's physical state. Got it. Something like that. So here... The other thing, though. The victim was hunched over the box, right? And then there was the pepper in it. That's one way he could have... Okay, I'm thinking either it was an accident, like he was trying to scare somebody and it ended up in a murder, or the box was placed so someone would open it and then look into it. He'd hear the box being opened and someone looking into it, and then he could drop the bust onto their head. Those are the two options I'm thinking of. And with that said, I'm going to take a very quick break and be right back. Alright, I've returned. Well, let's get back down to it. Suppose could have lifted something the size. Strong upper body. Impossible. Well, let's talk about that. Why do you say it would be impossible? Allow me to explain. You accept that if I was carrying the bust, I couldn't see out below the window? Thus, there's no way that I would know the location of the ringmaster's head. Well, I suppose you've got a point. Hey, Nick? Huh? What if you turn things around? Maybe you think of it sort of like this. If he knew the location of the ringmaster's head, then he could drop the bust. That does make sense. If only I could prove somehow that Acro knew the location of the ringmaster's head without looking down. I think I've already explained things sufficiently. Okay. This would be unrealistic for me to drop the bust on his head. Yeah, the Alright, hang on. What does it say about the box again? The victim was hunched over the box. Let's look at the crime scene photo again. Yeah, that box is like a perfect target. I think the box is it. So what he's saying there, I think that's our contradiction point. Acro, you didn't really need to lean out the window, did you? What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I may add. Your silly hinting at things is pointless, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Enough stalling. How about you show us some evidence? But I did such a good job hinting. Yes, yes, yes! Hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright. Maybe you should take a look at this. The key point here is the wooden box. The same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over? The same. The question is, who placed that wooden box here? Who? When Ben and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box. Which means that this wooden box was already placed at the scene of the crime. I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense. The moment that the bust came falling down was exactly the same moment that the ringmaster lifted up this wooden box. Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear. You mean, if the bust were to fall upon the point marked out by the wooden box, there would be no way that it could miss the head of the victim? No. Yeah. Order! 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 This is unbelievable! Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now I just gotta keep going, and there's only one way to go from here, forward. So the next question I have is who placed that wooden box at the scene? It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected it to a rope, and then all he had to do was lower it down. No! Allow me to whip some sense into you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The ringmaster's head could have been anywhere when he lifted the box. That's why the box was so specially made. Specially made? Indeed. It had the most peculiar feature. Let's see. A 20-pound box. Oh, 20 pounds. Yeah. That's pretty heavy. Size of the box. The weight of the box, the weight. The box has a remarkable weight. Weight? According to the court record, it weighs 20 pounds. Just to lift up this wooden box would have required... Oh, I see. One would have to squat down, then lift it up with their body, wouldn't you say? That's exactly what I was trying to point out. The box is also very large. The box also has carrying handles on the side, doesn't it? That's correct. To lift up the box, you'd have to squat down. Which means that no matter who you are, your head would be in approximately the same place. Fool! Doesn't he even bother to listen to me anymore? I've heard what you've had to say. I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills.
Did you do it? Did you place this wooden box in the plaza?
Mr. Wright may have a vivid imagination, but I could never have done what he's proposing. What? Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of Max's bust? Yes. Oh, of course I remember. It was on top of the table in the cafeteria.
Then what happened to it?
I'd like you to remember one important fact, Mr. Wright. I could not possibly leave the lodging house by myself. Ah, that means... You understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well have been able to drop the bust from my room. However, how would I have gotten the bust from the cafeteria to my room? You see, Mr. Phoenix Wright, explain that. Wait a minute. Is the bust shiny? Kind of. I mean, it's shiny in that. Oh yeah, the cards are shiny. Easy. The monkey. Don't forget, you said there was no accomplice. Ugh. Tell us exactly how the witness would have carried the bust from the cafeteria. Yup, we definitely have a problem here. But this is no place to get perplexed. I've got to get my wits about me and prove how things happened once and for all.
All right, Mr. Wright, let's hear your explanation. How did the witness get the bust from the cafeteria back to his room?
The monkey habitually gathers all sorts of shiny objects. This is a stretch, but let's see.
The monkey?
Everyone knows Money. He loves shiny objects of any size.
Oh, like when he stole the ventriloquist ring.
So, are you saying the witness had a monkey steal the bust? Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own and then brought it back home.
Home?
Money lives in Acro's room.
Acro's room?
But the bust was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny. Maybe you should put the whip down sometimes and read the court record.
My, those are some very nice cards he's holding.
Yes, and they are made of platinum, which is very shiny. Acro? Money is a strong monkey, right? It'd be easy for him to bring the bust back to your room. If he wasn't able to handle that by himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate.
Order! Order! I said order! Miss Von Karma! Where is the bust in question at this moment?
I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak.
This is a rather strange turn of events. But let's say that the monkey had not stolen the bust. What would have happened then?
Well, in that event, something else would have been used as the murder weapon. Wait. Then you mean this bust was the murder weapon? Purely by accident? It's possible. Maybe Acro saw Money's mountain of stolen goods and thought to use one of them. Anyways, I think we've more than proven one critical fact. Namely, that it was entirely possible that Acro was the murderer.
Moron!
Mr. Wright's argument was so circular, I'm still a bit dizzy.
However, his argument does hold water. There's no denying that.
Wow! Don't seem so flamboozled, especially by this fraud of an attorney. Fraud? You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And what is that? You should know. You forgot that your fraud of a magical client was spotted at the scene of the crime. Ah! Well, wait a minute. He's wearing the hat, right? Yeah. So the hat that was seen was this hat. There's no reason to doubt the clown's testimony.
That's true. How do you respond to that, Mr. Wright?
Nick, don't let her beat you now. I won't. This is my chance to turn this trial around. When the murder occurred, there were two people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Berry, and the other was the murderer himself. Answer this and only this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Who was the murderer the clown saw? The bust.
He saw Max's Ow! I asked who was the other person Mo saw on the scene. The evidence has nothing to do with that question. Au contraire, mon frère. It does indeed have something to do with the question. Mo said that he saw Max's silhouette. But he did not actually see the man itself. It wasn't a human being he saw. How is that possible? It's simple, really. What Mo actually saw that night was Max's bust. What are you talking about? Have you tried using your brain at all in this case? The silhouette he saw was wearing a cloak. There's no reason why he couldn't attach a cloak to the bust. It would be easy to hang one off of the cards in the bust's hands. Idiot! Who in their right mind would put a cloak on a bust? It doesn't matter who put it on the bust. Just wait a minute now, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That question is of the utmost importance in this case, don't you agree? He caught me. So let's have it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? That's a great question. Was it the ringmaster? Because remember he was wearing the cloak, right? So the only other person on the scene would have been the ringmaster. That's crazy. Let's see. Fool! Him? You are saying it was the victim himself? Russell Berry? That's what I'm saying. The victim himself placed the cloak on the bust? Place the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it. Then what would be the right way of putting it, Mr. Wright? Explain yourself. Nick, do you really have a handle on all of this? I'm fine, Maya. I'm finally putting all the pieces together. There's really only one picture I can paint anyways. All right. So you want to know what really happened that night? Let's step back in time. Acro used a rope to lower the wooden box onto the scene. Then he attached that rope to the bust. Okay? And dangled the bust out of his bedroom window directly above the wooden box. At the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room and went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. But just as he feared, he was spotted at the entrance of the lodging house by none other than a ventriloquist and his puppet, Ben and Trillo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. And that's when Acro took his chance and released the rope. Oh, it accidentally got on it? Now this is when the magic happens. At the very instant that the bust hit the victim, no way. You wait just a second there, Mr. Phoenix Wright. As much as you try, as much as you scheme, this isn't true. It can't be. It's still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. This circus isn't over yet. What? Yeah, Circus is right. The impact of the bust on the victim threw the cloak up, which snagged onto the bust. That impact also caused the sound a certain witness heard, prompting him to take a look. That witness was, of course, Lawrence Mo Curls, the clown. When Mo looked out his window, the cloak had already snagged onto the bust. Now, having completed the crime, Acro naturally went about pulling up the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Mo saw the bust being raised with a cloak dangling on it, primarily because in this wheelchair, he couldn't see out of the window. So he just kept pulling the bust up. And that created the flying effect. And that is how the magical murderer disappearing into the sky came to be. So you see, the only person who could have pulled this off is the one person who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the crime scene. Acro, it could only have been you.
Acro's been playing mind games with all of us. He sure has. But he has come to the end of his rope now. So... what now?
You've graced us with a rather long-winded tale, but do you have any evidence to prove that your fairy tale is true?
Evidence?
In this court, only two things matter: the power of evidence and the power of my whip.
Don't forget the power of my gavel as well. Mr. Wright, the prosecution brings up a good point. Can we see some evidence? Nick, they say they want evidence. I just explained how there can only be one possible murder method. But there is still something unusual about Mo's eyewitness account. Unusual? Contradiction, actually. Okay then, use that and get out of this jam. The hat. That's enough talking amongst yourselves. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Present some evidence to the court that backs your claims. I want hard proof that you've unraveled the trick to this case. It's the hat, right? The hat showing up twice. Yes, got it. Perfect. The symbol is Max. The problem is Max's three symbols. You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses. Those symbols were a problem numerous times during yesterday's proceedings. Yesterday, there were two contradictions in Mo's testimony. The silk hat was one, the white roses were the other. But the theory I just presented explains all of those contradictions. You fool! Do you ever shut up? Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Mo said yesterday. He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing the scene was wearing a silk hat. There's only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Mo saw was actually the bust's. Makes sense. If you look at it that way, then he did see the silk hat. Well, sort of. Fine, you've got one, but what about the other contradiction? The other contradiction? Remember what that ventriloquist said in court. He said that he witnessed white roses on Max's chest that night. But the clown's testimony doesn't match. The clown said that there were no white roses. I'd like to see you try and explain that one away. Can you do it, Nick? Of course, I can explain all of it. What was that? Please recall the instant when the cloak snagged onto the bust. If the cloak snagged onto the bust, what happened to the white roses? They got covered up? Yeah, they got covered up. Do you get it yet? If the cloak got snagged onto the front of the bust, it means that the white roses would end up on the back of the bust. Ugh. Which explains why Mo didn't see them. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bust. Order! Order! This is quite the shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd to me. However, a bit absurd. However, let's just keep going down this road for a while and see where it leads. Let's do this, Nick. Then maybe Von Karma will finally throw in the towel. Well, so much for that theory. Mr. Wright, do you mind? What is it? You took the time to research our circus, didn't you? Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think that I didn't? If you did, then maybe you'll understand why I think you're off track. Why is that? Well, okay, I see where he's going with this. He's, going to talk about how the ringmaster adopted him, and that he owes a lot to the ringmaster, so why would he kill him? I'm thinking that's where this is going. Motive. Yep, got it. Ooh, baby. This witness feels an incredible debt of gratitude towards the ringmaster. Anyone with any relation to the circus is well aware of this. Thus, there is absolutely no way someone like this would kill the ringmaster. Except for what happened 6 months ago. Your Honor, I'd like you to hear Acro's story. Learn about his relationship with the ringmaster and his life up until now. What do we do? There's no doubting that Acro deeply respected the ringmaster. Acro's motive. It seems that this case isn't over yet.
Very well. However, I feel this is a good place to take a break. I will listen to the rest of Mr. Dingling's testimony after recess. This court will now take a 10-minute recess.
All right. Let's keep going. December 30th, 2:17 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 5.
I can't believe it. Acro.
It's pretty shocking, isn't it?
It definitely is. To think he was always the most straightforward of the group. Jeebus. Am I that hated?
Acro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose.
He did? but I'm nothing but a little old nobody, you know?
But you're not, which is kind of the reason why.
Hey, pal! You gonna ignore me after I went to all this trouble to bring you some evidence?
Detective Gumshoe.
Ah, forget it. I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyways.
No, Detective. I'm sorry. Look, why don't you relax a little? We've got some really tasty milk.
How about a card trick, Detective?
Oh, well, if you insist. Now, about that evidence you mentioned. What is it?
Here you go.
Huh? This was yesterday in Acro's room. It's the scarf. Nice.
Yep, and I've included the forensic results. Take a look at it later.
Won't Miss Von Karma be mad that you're doing this?
That's why this is all a secret.
Huh?
Look, details are on a need-to-know basis, and we're not really allies or anything, but everything that's happened in court up until now has gone according to our plan.
I don't know. Miss Von Karma didn't seem in control of things in there just now.
You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were set into motion.
Final plans?
Uh-huh. That reminds me. I've got a message from the prosecutor for you. Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end. That's it. And that's it for me too, pal. I'm out of here.
Wait, is he... what? Is Von Karma giving us evidence? Or is Gumshoe doing this by himself? What did he mean by that very end part? I'm not sure. It was all pretty cryptic to me.
Oh, one more thing. Ah, don't scare me like that. It looks like there's a large care package from the circus for the defendant.
What? For me?
It's milk. The reception area looks like some kind of dairy. So hurry up and drink it all before it spoils.
An entire dairy's worth of milk? For me? December 30th, 2:27 p.m., District Court, Courtroom number 2.
Court is now back in session. Miss Von Karma, please continue from where you left off.
I'd like to continue with Acro's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim. I'd also like to get proof from the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Acro would have to commit this crime.
Understood. Now, Mr. Dingling.
Yes, Your Honor.
Please proceed with your testimony.
Finally, we get to the motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay? Just do me a favor, don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. Oh. About the ringmaster. Here we go. Okay, I am looking for anything that he's going to say that is a inroad to talking about Regina. So let's see. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when the ringmaster of the Berry Big Circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat at around 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. It was my sole purpose in life. Not a lot.
You're such a thoughtful young man.
As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone could think that Acro would kill the man he held in such esteem.
You're absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Which is why there's no real need for a cross-examination, is there?
Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Acro kill the ringmaster? This might be my last chance to answer that question. Yeah, we gots to, right? Wait. Okay. This note was put in Regina's pocket, right? It only by accident ended up in the headmaster's pocket. Because she, well, by Regina being whatever she is. Because, okay, hang on. Let's remember, this is addressed to Regina. To the murderer, you have not forgotten what happened 6 months ago, have you? I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Meet me at 10 p.m. tonight at the Lodging House Plaza. That was not meant for the headmaster. That was meant for Regina. We've already established that he couldn't actually see who it was. It was the chest that he put down, the heavy chest, that was the marker point. So I'm wondering now if he was attempting to actually kill Regina and not the headmaster, because he was pretty venomous about Regina, despite talking about the headmaster in such a glowing way. So that is... So his testimony there that has nothing about Regina at all, I'm wondering if we should actually say we don't want to cross-examine him on that. And let's see, what is the question again? Of course, no need to question him now. Let's save. I'm going to say no need to question him now and see what happens. Let's see. No need to question it. Let's see. There's no need to cross-examine this witness. What's that? Why was the ringmaster murdered? There's no need to delve into that bit of testimony when I know the answer already. Mr. Wright, I would like to ask you a question. Go ahead, Your Honor. I would just like to know, can you provide an explanation as to why Acro would want the ringmaster dead? Why Acro would want the ringmaster dead? There isn't one. There isn't one, because he was trying to kill Regina. Can't provide one. Nick? Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason that Acro killed the ringmaster is something that can't be proven. What? That's because Acro had no reason to kill the ringmaster at all. Ow! Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools is so foolhardily foolish. Did you forget? You made an accusation against this witness, did you not? I believe it was, this is the real killer of Russell Berry, ringmaster. If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right. The end of things? Acro, you didn't plan to kill the ringmaster at all, did you? The ringmaster wasn't your target that night. Yes, got it. It was Regina. What did you just say? I'm saying the target of this witness's murderous plot was not the ringmaster. Because it was never his intention to kill Russell Berry to begin with. What? Order! Order! Bailiff! I don't care who it is. Smack anyone who's loud in the face. Twice if you must. Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to my court? Ow! Mr. Phoenix Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to his court? Are you attempting to imply that Acro was trying to kill someone else? Oh, okay. Oh, I hit the wrong button. This is out. My evidence out. What are you doing? Ow! There's the 14 more where that came from. Hold it right there. You can take your time with the other 14 later. But for now, let me see that evidence again. Okay. Hang on. Where are your manners? Yeah. Hang on. Profiles. Regina was who he was trying to kill. Regina Berry. This young girl is the ringmaster's daughter, correct? Acro, you were really aiming for her that night, weren't you? You don't need to answer that. It's a mean-spirited, leading question. He could easily answer that question. If I'm wrong, all he has to do is say you're wrong. That's it. That's it, huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Enough, Mr. Wright. Allow me to... Ow! The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself. Huh? And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show me evidence, now! I want to know why Acro would want to kill Regina Berry. Yes, me too. I demand to see some proof. Present evidence that proves Acro was out to kill this young girl. The note. Acro, you remember this, don't you? It's a piece of paper that we found inside the ringmaster's tailcoat. Inside the victim's tailcoat? Acro wrote this note. It's ironically entitled, "To the Murderer." Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10 p.m. So you're saying that he called Russell Berry with that note? Yes, but there's just one little problem. Problem? Acro did indeed place this note into someone's pocket. However, that someone was not the ringmaster. You mean it wasn't for the... That's exactly what I mean. The person this note was intended for was none other than Regina Berry. That's right. Order! Mr. Wright! This little theory of yours... It's the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her. Which is why, the morning of the crime, she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board. That's when the ringmaster, saw the note? That's correct. The ringmaster ended up in the plaza instead of Regina. And he was killed because of that mistake, instead of Regina. That's incredible! Remember the testimony that Acro gave us today? Lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force in my lower body. If I were to do that, I'd end up falling out the window myself. Acro had no idea who it was that arrived in the plaza, because he couldn't look down out of his window to see who it actually was. I've got it! Acro thought it was Regina down in the plaza. And that's when he let the bust fly. Hey, Nick. Isn't Regina listening to all of this from the audience? She is. Unfortunately, it's only going to get harsher from here. I hope Regina can handle it. Acro wrote this note to Regina? Foolishly foolish fool with foolishly foolish fool ideas of foolish tomfoolery. You're so foolish you've even made me sound like a foolhardy fool. Very well, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If you're so sure, then tell us about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Yes? What about that line? Well, if the note was meant for Regina Berry, it would mean that this note is declaring that Regina Berry is a murderer. You just don't get it, do you? What? What did you just say? The ringmaster knew what the note meant, which is why he went to the plaza, in place of his lovely daughter. It was, the pepper. Oh, hold it right there, Mr. Wright. What is this incident that is alluded to in the note? The incident 6 months ago. We know all about it. An incident occurred 6 months ago, and now I'm more than ready to show this court what happened at that time. Moron! Wait, are you sure that it relates to the present case? It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in this case has its start in what happened 6 months ago. Really, Nick? I think so. Well then, if that's the case, hurry up and tell us about it. What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note? I know, I'd certainly like to know what it is. If I can't answer that question, the judge is going to think I'm bluffing. The conclusive evidence about the incident 6 months ago is actually... the pepper, yeah. What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It isn't a joke at all. It's the decisive evidence you asked for. What do you mean? Recall that the victim was trying to take the wooden box away with him? He was doing so because this piece of his decisive evidence is what was inside. Another unbelievable conclusion. Very well, Mr. Wright, so what exactly are you saying? Are you claiming Regina Berry killed someone with a small bottle of pepper? So the lion was smiling. She gave pepper to the lion to make it sneeze, which is actually what happened when his head was crushed, I bet. Taking that into account, that's the only logical conclusion you can draw. Foolish fool who never tires of his own foolish ways. If you're so sure, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then answer this question. Who was Regina Berry's intended victim? Her victim? Well, okay. This is semantics here, but the lion is who she got with the pepper, but the person who was bitten was Bat. So I'm not sure which one it wants me to say, because it's related. Let's do Bat. That makes more sense because he was ultimately the victim. I hope. I mean, this is a big hit otherwise, but let's see. Who is this? That is Acro's younger brother. What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead. Technically, that's true. However, Bat has been in a coma for 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how Acro could feel that his brother is dead. Regina? She did that to him? Do you spend your entire life dreaming up new ways to be a fool? Naturally, the prosecution has looked into Acro's brother, Sean Dingling. 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into his current comatose state. A lion? Miss Regina Berry is an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in that position is ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. Moreover, Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's just not in her. Yeah, but she's like a ridiculously innocent person. So then what happened to Acro's brother? He's not the victim of an attempted murder. He's the victim of an accident. I see. Now what do we do? No one seems to be going along with your theory. Do you think what happened to Bat was actually an accident? I think... I mean, literally speaking, it was an accident, but there was more to it than that because of the pepper. That's the only thing, like, yeah. The lion biting Bat was no accident at all. What? You're such an amateur, Mr. Phoenix Wright. There's no way that Regina would ever incite her lion to attack another human being. She may not have incited the lion to attack another human being, but Regina was responsible for making the lion bite Acro's brother, Bat. Okay. Let's see. Stained with his blood and a small quantity of pepper. Oh. Okay. The victim was hunched over. It contains pepper. Yep. That's it. That's just a scarf, Acro. This scarf is something that Bat used to wear, correct? That's right. And who is the one that gave this scarf to Bat? Regina. Regina gave it to him. Regina? There's something more than just blood on this scarf, Your Honor. And what might that be? Pepper. Pepper? Pepper. Regina gave this scarf to Bat right before the accident, and she covered it with as much pepper as she could. Hey, what's with the silent treatment? Excuse me, Mr. Wright. You've done a good job of fingering a criminal, but out of curiosity, what was her crime? I love the birds pecking at him. Miss Berry gave a pepper-covered scarf to Bat as a present. Where's the crime in that? Still seems like the judge doesn't get it. Mr. Phoenix Wright, wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling? Huh? Smiling? The lion was smiling? Right before Bat was bit by the lion. For a moment, the lion's mouth changed. It looked like he was smiling. Lions smile? I've never heard of them smiling, however... Lions sneeze. Leon wasn't... Wait, Francisca's helping us now. Leon wasn't trying to bite Bat at all. He was sneezing. In reality, all he actually did was sneeze. He sneezed because of all the pepper on the scarf.
What? You fool!
Okay.
You've got to be kidding me! What's the matter, Miss Von Karma?
I object for objection's sake.
Mr. Phoenix Wright, this theory, you believe it? You really intend to say that this is how this joke of an accident actually happened?
Of course I do. It's the truth. Oh man. The lion sneezed due to the pepper, and that's when Bat lost consciousness. Acro nearly lost his brother due to this accident, or this joke, as you put it. Which is why he tried to get his revenge against Regina.
You foolish idiot.
It almost does seem like a terrible joke, doesn't it? Once again, I'm impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. Huh? To think that there's someone who treats this accident with the respect it deserves. Are you telling me that what I said was true? Acro,
You can't mean... Witness! Are you confirming the defense's claim?
Mr. Wright, unfortunately, your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder. What do you mean by that? The pepper, the scarf, the lion. I see where you're going, but it's a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention the fact that there's an even bigger problem with your theory.
What would that problem be?
The same problem it's always been. Evidence. If I drop Max's bust on top of the ringmaster, where is the evidence that proves that claim?
You mean the conclusive evidence?
The biggest problem is the murder weapon, or the lack thereof, to be more precise. The murder weapon?
The bust the defense claims was used. If that were to be found in Acro's room, and if it was covered with the victim's blood, that would be awfully conclusive in my eyes.
Yes, it would be. Yeah, where is the bust? The bust. Nick, you've got to do something. This is the last step. If I get this one right, the case is won. Where... Search, see how things work out first, or request to search Acro's room? This is weird. I'm gonna save here. So here's the thing. I don't think it's Acro's room, because I feel like that would have been found already. So let's... And that seems obvious, so I don't know. This is such a weird case. I think, let's see how things work out first. It might be worthwhile to search Acro's room, but why aren't you going to search his room? It looks like you finally figured things out, didn't you? Now you'll know the true meaning of Von Karma total justice. I guess. I figured with you, that's the least I should expect. You'd leave no stone unturned. A Von Karma never leaves anything to chance. We already searched Acro's room yesterday.
What did you find?
There's no reason to even say it. If we found what you think we found in that room, Acro would not be here as a witness. But to put a point on it, Max's bust was not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for. You see, Mr. Wright, the bust wasn't in my room. Furthermore, Detective Dick Gumshoe executed the search by complete surprise, and we took Acro directly to the prosecutor's office after that. End of story. Just wait a second. Something's funny about all this. It looks like you lack the final nail to put into my coffin. But, what about the scarf? What about the note? What about them, Mr. Wright? No offense, but the only evidence that is relevant here is that which pertains to the death of the ringmaster. You should know that by now. Ugh. Do something, Nick. Don't let this case slip away. The bust. Where is it now? Where's the bust right now? You're Phoenix Wright. You know where that bust is. I'm sure you do. There's not even a single clue. How am I supposed to know where the bust is?
It seems this case is coming to a close. The defense's counter-arguments look to have fallen short.
Thank you for your support.
Ugh.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright.
I think that brings to an end the cross-examination of this witness.
What? Who said hold it? Where is Max's bust? The defense needs time to prepare to present its case. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous, and I just bit my tongue.
We need time to do what? Ow! Why are you the most surprised person here? She's your aide, isn't she? Do you really have a case to present, Mr. Wright? What? Are you asking me?
The rest is up to you, Nick. Good luck.
Hey, wait, you can't be serious.
Acrobats always have their lives in the lines, don't they? That's how Acro's lived his life up until now. Now it's time for us to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we're certain to lose.
Very well, the defense may proceed.
He doesn't have a clue, and I don't think he'll be finding one anytime soon. Walking the tightrope of logic, there's no room for a false step. Sink or swim. The only way through is forward. The murder weapon. Where is Max's bust now? Somewhere in the lodging house, somewhere in the big top, somewhere in this courtroom. Holy crap. Gosh. Let's think about it. Here's the thing, right? Von Karma is extremely thorough, and she would have found it if it was in the lodging house. I think the same for the big top. The only other thing I can think of is something really crazy, because we've established she's very thorough, and she would have found it. And that's the courtroom. It's crazy, but this might call for crazy. It's obvious. The bust is inside this very courtroom. It's not obvious, Phoenix.
It's obviously where?
Allow me to pinpoint the location of the bust once and for all. The judge's bench, the prosecutor's bench, or the witness stand. It's on the witness. Wait, is he hiding it in his wheelchair? Let's see. Acro, I'm sorry to ask this, but do you mind if I take the blanket off your wheelchair? I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright. Well, you are a big guy, and you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under that blanket. Because it seems to me that it'd be really easy to say, hide a bust under there. Once again, your penchant for humor hits me where it hurts, Mr. Wright. I think it's pretty amazing that you can laugh in your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that the bust is under there. We all know that you can't leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she'd found the murder weapon in your room, it would have been all over. Which is why you had to hide it, and the only place that you could hide it, under your wheelchair. Which is why, Acro, I have to ask you again. Would you please remove the blanket from your lap? Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played.
You fool! How could you?
You've got me. I've been bagged by a real pro. Actually, two of them. Two of them. Miss Francisca Von Karma and Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch the surprise search in my room last night? Huh? There were two pieces of decisive evidence, the cloak and the bust. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away with the trash. Regina always took my trash out every morning, you know. But the bust, obviously I couldn't throw that away. When you executed your search, all I could do was try and hide the bust. And the only place that I could hide it quickly was under this wheelchair. Miss Von Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? I was completely sucked in by your calculated strategy. And now to be caught in the middle of court hiding the murder weapon. There's no way I can escape that. So you've got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma. It all makes sense now. I can't believe that Von Karma thought that far ahead. It's amazing. Uh-huh. You definitely couldn't tell by looking at her. I know I sure couldn't. I can't believe it. Me? Make a mistake. Why did I order a surprise search of your room if only I hadn't done that?
It seems we've finally arrived at the truth. Acro?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you kill the ringmaster of the Berry Big Circus, Mr. Russell Berry?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm responsible for that crime. Acro. All my brother wanted was for Regina to like him, and that's why he'd tease her. One day, my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. She started sneezing so hard you couldn't help yourself from laughing. That's why Regina thought it'd be funny to get him back in the same way. And that's why she covered the scarf with pepper. I know she didn't mean for anything bad to happen. I know this. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times, too. But I just couldn't forgive her, no matter what. What am I truly guilty of? I'm guilty of never, ever being able to understand her. Your brother became a star, Regina. He believes in that so purely that she would laugh innocently when saying it. Too innocently. I just couldn't stand it, no matter how hard I tried. That's when you decided to do something about Regina. How dreadful.
So are you saying that you are a victim in all of this as well?
No, that's not what I mean. I'm nothing but a murderer. That's who I am. At first, I thought I'd kill myself. Then I pondered giving myself up. But I couldn't just up and leave. I just couldn't. Not yet. That's why I tried to pin this on Max. Max, I'm so sorry. I just couldn't up and leave yet.
This has been such a strange case. It's almost a reflection of the circus itself.
I'm an idiot. I can't believe it. You beat me again.
I believe this case is now beyond any point of possible discussion. Thus, I'd like to declare my verdict. Not guilty. This court is adjourned.
December 30th, 4:27 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 5. Fabulous! But to be honest, I can't really be too happy about this. Acro, the Ringmaster, Regina, and Bat? Not a single one of them was a bad person inside, huh? That's a good question, and one I don't know the answer to.
Many congrats, but only at max. 1 million of them.
Thank you.
What's with the vibe in this room?
We're just thinking about Acro.
No. If you worry about people too much, then you'll be like this forever, and then you'll never be happy.
Huh?
She's been like this for a while now.
It's all my fault. Sweetie pie. Bat and Acro, they're never coming back. Now everyone's gonna split up. Regina? Mr. Wright, tell me something. What do you want to know, Regina? Acro said something right at the end. I just couldn't up and leave yet. Oh. Does that mean that Acro, is he gonna try and get his revenge on me? I don't think so. But I think he meant it for his brother. He's not gonna do that to you, Regina. Are you sure? You're really sure? I can believe that? Yep, Acro doesn't have any desire for revenge anymore.
If that's true, then I want to see some evidence.
Huh?
I want to know you're not just making that stuff up about Acro not wanting revenge.
What would be... Oh, his brother. Yeah. Yeah, his brother. Acro didn't want to get caught for a reason. He wanted to see his brother open his eyes again. But that's right, Regina. He's still alive, you know. I never knew. But now that Acro has been caught... Uh-huh. I know. What? I'll do it. I'll stay next to Bat as long as it takes, until he opens his eyes, and then he can meet Acro again. That's so sweet of you, Regina. I'm sorry, Acro. I'm sorry, Bat. Well, hopefully this is enough to give her a little peace of mind.
Hey, Max.
What is it, Mo?
We really put you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? I'm sorry about what happened. So whenever you'd like to leave us, I'll pay your fee and rip up the contract.
I understand. What a fabulous thing to do for me. I might even leave tomorrow. What's going to happen to the circus now?
Ah, that's the big question. Our ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he?
Hmm?
Even though he's not here anymore, everyone is sticking together. The staff, the performers, no one wants to leave the circus. That's why I've made a decision.
What is it?
I've decided that I will take over as the new ringmaster. I'll turn this circus into the best circus the world has ever seen.
The best circus the world has ever seen?
Don't laugh.
That's quite the goal. Yay! I can't wait! Then I guess that changes things.
Huh?
There's only one thing the best circus in the world has ever seen needs. The world's best illusions. Which means this circus needs the best magician the world has ever seen. Max! Let's work together and make our circus super fabulous. What do you say, big guy?
I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you.
Regina, you're gonna help him out too, aren't you? I don't know. Maybe the circus will be better off without me.
What are you talking about, Regina? Why do you think that I brought you to court today?
Huh?
We've got to work together to make the Very Big Circus bigger than it's ever been.
Mo's right, sweetie pie. It can't be the Berry Big Circus without Regina Berry. Max. Nick, it seems like everything is going to turn out all right here. I can't wait to go see the best circus the world has ever seen. We'll save you the most fabulous seats.
It'll take us a while to get ready, but I'm going to order special whoopee cushion seats.
All right. I see. What made the case?
Yesterday's surprise raid. It really paid off, just like you thought it would, sir. You had it all figured out, didn't you?
It was just a theory. If Acro really was the killer, I thought this was the only way it could end. Especially if he was the defense attorney.
You mean, Mr. Wright?
The airport. Of course. Well, Detective, my plane is about to leave. As for Mr. Acro's case, you needn't worry. I plan to personally stop by the Chief Prosecutor's office as soon as I get back.
Aha! Understood, sir. I'll be waiting for you. Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh my gosh, you mean he's not dead? What? Episode 3, Turnabout Big Top. The end. All right. A brand new episode. So, this is episode 4, Farewell, My Turnabout. Which is, most final cases of a game is considered a really good case. This is considered one of the best cases in the entire series. So, yeah. We're going to jump into that next time. So I will see you next Saturday. Bye.